Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today we're jumping in and checking out the 2012 Shelby 1000, Horizon 4's newest car to be added through this week's festival playlist. So if you are new on here, definitely consider subscribing. We are trying to reach 15,000 subscribers by the end of March. Let's go check out this week's brand new car, the Shelby 1000. Now to add the Shelby 1000 to your garage, you need to jump into the spring season for Series 32, grab a modern muscle car in Class A, and complete the Seasonal Championship Shelby coming round the mountain. Here it is then, the Shelby 1000, and despite its name, has 920 horsepower, runs a 5.4 litre V8, pushes that power to the rear wheels through a 6-speed gearbox, pushing out 750 pounds worth of torque. It is quite heavy at 3,800 pounds, but it doesn't stop it being pretty damn quick. I mean, it's got 920 horsepower, so you'd expect it to be a little bit quick. The handling isn't the best in its stock form, but we do have upgrades that can improve that. Before we jump into the upgrades though, I want to jump into a race. So we're going to take the Shelby 1000 for a race completely bone stock. Here we go then in the Shelby 1000, completely bone stock, unbeatable driver tires, 5.4 litre V8, pushing out 920 horsepower. Let's go. Can we get a win in the Shelby 1000? Now, the name, the Shelby 1000, only having 920 horsepower, there were actually two versions of this car available. We had the road legal version, which had 920 horsepower. That's the one we've got in game. And then there was a second version with 1,100 horsepower, which wasn't road legal. But to be quite honest, 920 horsepower in a Ford Mustang from the factory is enough for me. Like, I don't need 1,100. I'd be quite happy to take home 920 horsepower from the factory in my Ford Mustang. I've got to say, the handling in this thing is definitely something to be desired. It's very, very understeery, which is what I wasn't expecting from the rear-wheel drive 120 horsepower Shelby 1000. It's understeer. Like, the brakes aren't the best. I'm not getting too much oversteer, which is nice. Like I say, that understeer definitely there. Like, there we go. Just washing out wide. Struggling to get back on the power. Again, washing out wide. You can see it. Although the handling isn't much to go by in its stock form, the speed and power, now that is infectious. You've got to remember, you've got 920 horsepower under that right foot. You can't just deploy it mid-corner. You've literally got to straighten this thing up, get it lined up with the straight, power on. But there we go, bone stock, Shelby 1000, first place. Let's go check out some upgrades. I've been looking forward to this. Upgrades on the Shelby 1000. The first thing we've got to do, we've got to check out those engine swaps. So completely bone stock, 5.4 litre V8, 920 horsepower, rear wheel drive, and we can swap in a 7.2 litre V8, 1000 horsepower, 737 foot-pounds of torque, so slightly less, but it does way less at 3,550 pounds. Now, call me crazy, but I'm going to keep it rear-wheel drive. What I am going to do, we're going to bolt on some turbos. So we're A797. If I bolt on two turbos and add 689 horsepower, we lose one performance index. We go down to A796. Tyre options for the Shelby 1000, there are quite a few choices. We start off bone stock on street tyres. We can have some sport tyres, some race tyres with lettering, some rally compound, or even drag compound, which we'll come back to in just a little bit. But first, I want to fit some race tyres. I want to go racing in the Shelby 1000. Now, we're going to make the fronts a little bit wider, 285s, and the rears wider as well at 325s. Now, they are some meaty, meaty tyres. And as always, with any brand new car to Horizon 4, we do the good old track width. So we'll do that front, and again, we'll do it at the rear. And that looks so much better. Why don't they do that from the factory? Suspension. Now, we've got a few options. We've got some race suspension. We've got some rally suspension if you want to take your Shelby 1000 off-road. We've also got some drift suspension for those of you that want to get your Shelby 1000 sideways. But for this build, we're going to go for the old race suspension. Weight reduction, I'm going to come back to, but we'll just take a quick look. So completely stock, 3,521 pounds in weight. That is slightly lighter because of the engine we swapped in. But if we do full race weight reduction, we take off 743 pounds. We come out at 2,778 pounds. I've just jumped into the power upgrades. We've got the one option, that's to upgrade our twin turbos. So we're running 1,689 horsepower already. If I upgrade the twin turbos, it adds 187 horsepower, giving us 1,876 horsepower in our Shelby 1000. That is an insane amount of horsepower in a rear-wheel drive Mustang. As we're not quite at the top of S1, I'm going to go ahead and fit that race weight reduction. I just wanted to see what the power mods and see what we could do with the power before I fitted this, but we've got room, so let's go ahead and fit that race weight reduction. I feel with 1900 horsepower, we're going to need some aerodynamics to keep this thing on the ground. So we'll go ahead and we'll fit a FORZA front flap. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to fit the FORZA rear flap. Now, we can take the Shelby option, which completely removes the stock rear spoiler, which it looks kind of cool to be fair, but we need some functionality, so we're going to have to fit the FORZA rear flap. We've got a bonnet option as well, and I think it is possibly one of the best looking bonnets in Forza Horizon 4. That thing looks absolutely amazing. I'm definitely fitting that from a Shelby 1000. Now we've slightly crept into S2. I want to bring it back into S1, so I'm going to put some weight back into the Shelby, 644 pounds, bring us down to S1 898. Final figures on our race car build, £3,418, 1,876 horsepower, that's insane. S1 899 and 94,500 credits worth of upgrades. Painting options for the Shelby 1000, we got nothing in advanced unfortunately, but we do have a couple of manufacturer colours. We've got this dark blue that it comes in, we've got this grey sort of anthracite kind of colour, we've got a silver which looks absolutely amazing, and then we've got white as well. I'm actually going to opt for silver. I don't really paint my cars silver. I think this looks really, really good. Now the figures on the tuning sheet, remember this is rear wheel drive, 2.3 seconds 60, 5 seconds to 100 and a top speed of 268 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and test that on the motorway. Here we go, top speed run in the Shelby 1000. Now there can be a little bit of wheel spin. I say a little bit of wheel spin. There'll be some wheel spin in first gear. Watch when I change into second. Watch the speedo in the bottom right. Are you ready? Into second. Go. This thing just absolutely launches at 150, 160, 70, 80, 90, 200, 220. And we are still pulling like an absolute train. 240, 250, 260. Still in fourth, nearly 270, up into fifth. Got to dodge these cars slightly. 270 miles an hour, and we're going off. 270 miles an hour in a Shelby 1000. That's Koenigsegg Jesko kind of speeds. Let's go put this thing around a racetrack. Here we go then, 1,900 horsepower in the Shelby 1000. We've got to feather that throttle at the start and minimise wheel spin as much as possible. Let's get through these first two corners as clean as we can. Still in first gear. Be careful out of here. Gonna slide on. Into second. Whoa. Go on, Shelby. Careful with that throttle. We can do this. We can do this. We can get first. We don't need traction control. It's all good. He says as he spins the rear wheels. Here we go, third gear, full throttle, send it. That is 200 miles an hour, jeez. I think I'm in love. Genuinely, I think I'm in love. Third gear, full throttle, goodbye. See you in a bit, buddy. That's 230. I'm going to need the brakes through here. You don't normally. I'm not going to risk it. Uppers inside. Nicely done. Ooh, that's got tight through there. Hard on the brakes into first. Never the throttle again. We don't want to spin the rear wheels up. Although it's going to do it anyway. It naturally spins the rear wheels, this thing. Get into second early. Short shifting is the key with the Mustang. Oi! Okay, I need power, I need power, I need to get off the grass. Come on, up into third. Power, go. Catch him, go, 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 go. No! Cross the line second, stolen by that Corvette. Now, racing rear-wheel drive Mustangs with 1,900 horsepower is super fun, but I want to hop in and I want to do some drag racing. So we're going to go ahead, swap on the drag tyres. We'll go ahead and swap on the rest of our weight reduction, and we're going to go ahead and swap on our four-wheel drive. This thing should be super OP. Stats have gone through the roof on acceleration and launch, which is to be expected. But let's go see what this thing can do down the drag strip. This is insane. With our four-wheel drive and our drag tyres, 0 to 60 takes just 0.8 of a second, 0 to 100, 1.9 seconds. Right then, here we go in the Shelby 1000, the Horizon Festival drag strip. Put your predictions in now. What do we reckon? 7.5 seconds for the Shelby? Let's let her rip. Let's go. Four-wheel drive, drag tyres, 1,900. A bit slow off the line there. Short shift into second. 200 across the line. 7.6. We can get quicker. As I say, I was a little bit slow off the line, so this time full throttle, full send. Let's go. Let's get 7.5. Come on, Shelby. We went on a short shift to second. That was a good shift. Man, this thing is fast. 197 across the line. First place. 7.4 seconds. Jeez. There we go, the Shelby 1000 in Forza Horizon 4. 1,900 horsepower, 7.4 seconds up the drag strip. Absolutely insane. This thing is fast becoming one of my favourite cars in Forza Horizon 4. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Like I say, we're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of March. Stay safe and have an awesome day.